The music was too loud, the laughter too bright. Everyone looked so happy. Everyone except Emily. She sat alone at the corner table, her lace bridesmaid dress crumpled at the knees, her smile a practiced mask as she stared at her untouched plate. It was her sister's wedding, the happiest day of her family's life, and yet Emily felt like a guest at her own heartbreak. At the next table, her ex-boyfriend sat laughing with the groom's friends. His new girlfriend, radiant in red, looked effortlessly perfect, the kind of woman who didn't have to try. Every time Emily's eyes accidentally met his, he smirked, a silent reminder, you lost. When the music shifted to a slow, romantic song, couples drifted to the dance floor. Emily shrank into her chair, pretending to check her phone, feeling the whispers and sympathetic glances aimed her way. Poor Emily. Still single. She excused herself quietly and slipped out onto the patio. The cool night air brushed her cheeks as she took a deep breath. You're fine, she told herself. You're happy for your sister. You're fine. But she wasn't. Miss, are you crying? Emily blinked. A small boy, maybe 6, stood at the doorway in a tiny gray suit, clutching a half-eaten cupcake. His wide brown eyes were full of concern. She forced a smile. No, sweetie. Just taking a break. He nodded solemnly, then scampered off toward the dance floor, straight to a man standing by the buffet. The man turned as the boy pointed back toward Emily. Their eyes met, warm, curious, protective, before he began walking toward her. Emily straightened, mortified. Oh no, she muttered. Now I look like the weirdo crying at a wedding. Hey, the man said softly as he reached her. My son said you looked sad. I'm fine, she replied quickly, brushing her hair back. Just needed some fresh air, he smiled. I get that. Weddings can be a lot, she chuckled. You have no idea. I'm Daniel, he said, extending a hand. Single dad, professional cake taster tonight. Emily, she replied, shaking it. Bridesmaid. Professional third wheel, he laughed. A genuine, easy laugh that warmed the space between them. And just like that, the tension melted. They talked for a while, about the DJ who played remixes no one asked for, the over-decorated cake, and the flower girl who refused to throw petals and kept eating them instead. Daniel's son, Max, ran back and forth, adding his own commentary that made Emily smile for the first time all night. Then the music changed again. Another slow song. Couples found each other. Emily's ex took the floor with his new girlfriend, holding her close. Daniel noticed Emily's expression tighten. He followed her gaze, then turned back to her. Without hesitation, he said quietly, Act like you're with me. What? He smiled. Trust me. Before she could respond, he placed one hand on her waist and offered the other. Let's give them something to talk about. She froze, startled, then laughed nervously. You don't even know how bad I am at dancing. Perfect, he grinned. I'm terrible too, and somehow they danced, not gracefully but honestly. He twirled her once, nearly bumping into another couple, and she laughed so hard she forgot where she was. For a few minutes, the whispers, the ache, the loneliness, they all disappeared. When she glanced up, she caught her ex staring. His arms around his new girlfriend had gone stiff. Daniel noticed too and leaned in, murmuring, You look beautiful tonight. He's an idiot. Emily blinked, caught off guard. No one had said that to her. Not like that, not with sincerity, in a long time. As the song ended, she stepped back slightly, emotion tightening in her chest. Thank you, she said softly. He nodded. Anytime. Before she could reply, Max came running over, holding 2 slices of cake. Dad, I got one for you. And the pretty lady? Emily laughed, kneeling down. Thanks, Max. You're quite the gentleman, Max beamed. You should sit with us. Daddy says it's rude to let nice people eat alone. Daniel met her eyes again and smiled. He's got a point. So she did. They shared cake, stories, and laughter until the night grew thin and the lights began to dim. Her family noticed, her mother whispering to her aunt, her sister smiling knowingly from across the room. But Emily didn't care. When it was time to leave, Daniel handed her a small card. "If you ever need a fake wedding partner again," he teased, "we're a good team." She grinned. "I'll keep that in mind." As Emily walked to her car, she caught her reflection in a window. Her eyes seemed brighter, her shoulders lighter. For the first time in a long while, she didn't feel invisible. All it took was a stranger who saw her, not as a shadow in the crowd, but as someone worth standing beside. 2 weeks later, Emily stood in line at the grocery store, scrolling through her phone, when she heard a familiar laugh. "Emily?" She turned. There he was, Daniel, a cart full of snacks and little Max waving from the seat. "Hey," she said, smiling genuinely. "The cake taster returns." "Only on weekends," he grinned.
"How have you been?"
They talked easily, laughter flowing. Then Max leaned forward and whispered loudly, "Daddy, invite her to dinner again." Daniel looked embarrassed, but Emily laughed. "You're persistent, Max." "I just like nice people," he said simply. That line stayed with her. Nice people. How rare that felt. Kindness without reason or agenda. So she said yes. Dinner became weekly meetups. Max grew attached to her, and Emily found herself looking forward to the messy laughter, spilled juice, and board games that filled their evenings. What changed her the most, though, wasn't the affection. It was what Daniel told her one night as they cleaned up. "I saw you that night at the wedding," he said quietly. "You looked like someone who'd forgotten her own worth. I just wanted to remind you. You don't have to wait for people to choose you. You can choose yourself. And when you do, the right people show up." Emily froze, his words sinking deep. She realized then that his kindness wasn't pity. It was understanding. He'd been there too, standing alone at someone else's celebration, pretending he was fine. The next morning, she did something she hadn't done in years. She called her mother and volunteered at the local community center, helping organize a weekend event for single parents and kids. She wanted others to feel what Daniel made her feel that night, seen, valued, not alone. At the event, she noticed a young woman sitting by herself, awkward and withdrawn. Emily walked over, smiled, and said gently, "Hey, would you like to sit with us?" The girl looked up, surprised, then smiled back. That same fragile smile Emily once wore. And in that moment, Emily understood what Daniel meant. Kindness was a chain reaction. One act, one word, one moment could light up someone else's darkness. Sometimes it starts with something as small as, "Act like you're with me."